what we do is help people make transformations and change. We get in these patterns.
And we resist it because we're just stubborn.
I have found when people lean into this that their lives transform.
Special delivery.
I thought we weren't doing donuts.
Well,
because of my health. I have a dirty mind and a dirty soul.
well, this may or may not be donuts, but it might, I don't know. Somebody brought some special treats for you today.
Are those gummies loaded?
With
Those are free.
Free.
Yes, free of.
Well, these are the fish. Mm-hmm. You know, these are
Swedish fish.
Swedish fish, yeah. That probably is the healthiest because it doesn't look very pretty.
So this says Smart Sweets on it,
Which means it's not sweet smart.
So I'm assuming that these are all sugar free.
For low sugar.
Or very low. I'm gonna have to try a gummy bear though.
Well, since my son works in the
Cannabis industry.
some of the plant medicine industry, you know, gummies are.
Oh,
yeah.
Those are actually pretty good.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I always like these little cookies. Look like baby cookies. Like
Elizabeth, this was a great treat for this morning since we can't have donuts.
So, I'm trying to get off pharmaceuticals. Been on for a while. Mm-hmm. Family history of certain health issues. And I am a reluctant participant in making changes. I go into
You're resistant?
I resist, like, oh, you have to exercise and you have to eat things that, you know, maybe you have to get used to the taste that is
You
not
have to get used to the taste of vegetables. Just kidding.
green things. No, I can eat some
Broccoli.
I like broccoli.
Get used to it.
I like it, but you know, when there's a bag of chips or French fries, you know, I always have to steal the kids' French fries and stuff. But so we're gonna turn a new leaf. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, and we're not in our jammies because this is not breakfast.
It's a lifestyle.
This is
It's a lifestyle change. It's not
a lifestyles of the
these taste like the little
not
kids.
rich and not famous.
The animal crackers that you give to the little kids.
Oh, does
without
it?
the frosting. Mm-hmm. These are good. These are good with coffee, but my coffee's cold.
Well, Elizabeth brought us a treat.
Mm-hmm. Is Elizabeth going to have some?
Are you? You want one? The gummy bears are good.
I think it's hard to make change, right? I mean, what we do is help people make transformations and change. We get in these patterns. We get in these patterns of what's comfortable, even though we don't like it. It's like when you gain weight, you know, you just kind of like get more comfortable, or do you make changes? Or when your health isn't, as you age, of course, or whatever, you have different things in your body that go, you can't keep doing that anymore. There is that piece of how we want to change our lives. So whether it's adapting a change in what happened to you. So if you go to your life and you look at yourself and have things that's happened to you, you can't stay on that same path, but change to do something different can be a challenge. Mm-hmm. You know, it can be a challenge. And I think basically what we try to present in our community, especially me, is that change is a good thing, but it's scary.
It is.
Mm-hmm. So,
and we resist it because we're just stubborn.
Yeah.
We go to our ego mind.
Yeah. We say, you know, we're stuck. Well, it's because we're in resistance.
Yeah.
It's unresolved. But
I'm
she
gonna
has
make
some
you
potions.
some tea. Yeah, I have to make a
So this is one of the
potion.
things we're doing for our health. We just bought this up in Goodwood Springs.
I know. Isn't this the coolest mortar and pestle you have ever seen? It's a teak mortar and pestle, and I just think it's fun. Still got the price tag on it. Mm-hmm. But I did wash it.
So, and she makes me tea. It's all with her herbs. Mm-hmm.
So we have
medicine.
our own apothecary here at the Sheppard household.
And not we, her. But when I drank my first couple pitchers of this heart and blood pressure, my heart rate went down the lowest it's been in years. And so I can tell when I'm not taking it or drinking it, the tea, there's a huge difference. Yeah. So this tea tastes good. The other tea that she made for my sugar levels, because I'm diabetic, was.
I think it's this one that doesn't taste the best. Are you sure?
I am sure, because I
was going to put mint in here to.
It's the other one.
Okay.
So how do you swallow that pill? So what are you putting in there?
Well, this is hibiscus, rose. Hibiscus is what really has the ability to bring down your
Hibiscus is a beautiful plant.
blood pressure. So it's working on your blood pressure and your heart rate. But motherwort. There
Sounds
is
like Harry Potter.
a little bit of peppermint. I'm putting in a little bit of peppermint, but I also put in. There is. I don't have rose hips, but meadowsweet, hawthorn leaf and berry, and lindenberry. Linden.
Okay.
So.
I do like chocolate, so let's try one. Do you try one?
So this is the blend.
And you will reveal what's in these things, right? Oh, coconut. I love coconut.
Ooh, that's your favorite.
One of my favorites. It tastes pretty good, so if it's sugar-free,
You can do that?
I can do these.
What brand is that?
Let's do a little
Show us
marketing.
later.
Part of the teaching is to help give clarity to what is your life purpose. And probably 25 years ago, I channeled this called Soul's Contracts, basically what our purpose is.
Yeah.
It's realizing that these experiences we've had through our life that we tell our stories about is how do we reframe that? How do we lean into them in a different way and see the purpose of them versus feeling like the victim or we have no empowerment or where we struggle. And when we learn or when people learn their contracts of lessons, what who their teachers are and all these things that they signed up for, it's an awakening for some, trying to then almost scramble is what I see, scrambling, where does this all fit in my life? How do I do this? And along with that comes the resistance of understanding what these lessons are and why I get a lot of, why did I sign up for this?
So let's go back, because I know a lot of people listening to this conversation are not going to have any clue what soul contracts are.
It's a secret code.
You signed up for it, though. Yeah. So what is it like? Maybe explain a little bit about soul contracts, because this
Absolutely.
people always say this is their favorite topic.
It is.
And the thing that helps them make the most shifts in their life.
And I think what we want to do is, share a little bit of tidbits around this. So, fear. We're really here to overcome fear, and we're here to learn why these things have happened to us. So sometimes we sit there feeling that, hey, I'm a really good person. I don't try to cause any damage to other people, but I have people that cross my boundaries or betray me or abandon me or judge me. And so we take all those experiences and then provide some clarity of what the pattern is and why is that happening and how to recover from it.
So how do we, perfect.
It's really about recovery. It's about how do we heal that and realize that these, and as you've said, is it happening to you or for you? And so when people say it's happening to them, they're unable to really get some clarity of, well, if it keeps happening to me, what's the problem?
What am I doing here? What's the point?
So they become extreme in other areas of their life, right?
But what is a soul contract?
A soul contract is, I believe, before you incarnated, you made a decision to come down here and learn things. And it might be learning to have self-love. It might be learning to have a voice, have boundaries, see your value and worth, to not abandon yourself. So contracts are things that you're here to learn. And you sign up with different people that come into your life, your parents, your siblings, spouses, teachers, relationships in your life that show up in different aspects in a timeline to give you an opportunity to learn. So we get to decide, do we want to learn it or not? So the resistance that we've been talking about is, I don't want to go through that again, versus I've got different tools, I have different ways of seeing this, and I understand that it's a lesson that I'm not failing myself, but I'm learning to be the best version of myself.
Why would we do that?
I have no idea. No.
Why would we
seriously
make that choice? Yeah.
If you look at a human, the soul, we are curious. What's on another planet? What's on the bottom of the ocean? What's on the top of the mountain? What's on the other side? We're constantly wanting to. We're always seeking.
Yeah.
Humans are designed to expand. We're designed to understand. We're designed, and I'm watching how much is in here and how much is being eaten and taken away.
I just ate a gummy bear.
It's innate into our soul's DNA that we're here to expand and learn and want to become enlightened. And when you figure out who your teachers are and what you agreed to do with your teachers,
we want to become enlightened.
It's really hard to think that I signed up to learn this from them. Mm-hmm. Now, some of the things I say, not everything happens for a reason. You don't have to do these lessons. Some people choose to completely ignore them. Mm-hmm. And the other thing that people want to do is get their teachers to get it. So the person that's teaching the lesson, causing you suffering, what we want to do is we want to make them learn it so we don't have to. That teacher's not here to change. And that's, I think, the hardest things for people to shift around. It's like, what are they here to learn? It's like, they're not. That was another lifetime. And so if you believe in reincarnation...
So the most difficult people in life are actually the ones that are coming as our teachers
which is hard
in our soul contract.
Yes. Hard for people to put their head around. Mm-hmm. But as you start learning the skill set of what these lessons are and how to understand to apply them and what tools to shift, you have less fear. You start trusting differently. You see these experiences as a growth towards enlightenment, a growth towards healing. If you look at any masters, any teacher out there over the thousands of years, they all talked about suffering.
That's number one lesson. Yeah.
Number one lesson.
So when we talk about enlightenment, though, what do you mean by enlightenment? Because I think that there's so many different definitions or ideas out there.
Well, the simple definition is that we came here to heal our suffering and our unintentional suffering we've caused others. Now that's the simple version. The simple version is that, we're here to heal. And the more that we get less attached to a control or less attached to responding to how people think, the more we're in line. We're aligned with who we are in our heart and our mind. And there, we're taking away the ego that wants to protect. We move towards this place of peace. We go to a place of surrender in a way, not giving up, because people think surrender means you're giving up. Surrender means I'm trusting that I'm on this path. I'm going towards something that is going to be healing. And what so many of us want to do is we want to go back and talk about our story and our suffering. Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that. But we're carrying the weight of that suffering versus the healing that can take place. And for so many of us, we feel that the suffering is more valuable than our healing. And so enlightenment is about true healing, truly healing our suffering and not looking at yourself as a victim or looking at your teachers as predators and see them as they came to help you versus hurt you. And that's hard with some people with some of their stories.
Yeah, that's probably one of the hardest things to overcome, even you know, I know we put out on the podcast my story. Everyone has a story.
Everyone does.
You have a story of pain and suffering. Everyone has a story. And one of the hardest things was to realize that the person who choked me and held me down, and it was the lessons I was learning out of that situation, not the actual
I think
situation.
it's also helping people turn around their viewpoint of what's happened to them. There are so many times where we feel like we can't heal the trauma that people have been through. That trauma is now, these days, because we talk about it so much, it's almost like a badge of honor. My trauma versus I want to hear about the healing from the trauma. I want to hear where the story feels
crunchy.
No, it feels like there's nothing to it anymore. It's like
Makes sense.
it dissolves to the point where you become this empowered person that things around you are not going to affect the way you follow your intuition, you follow your heart. You lead a life of who you are authentically. And so many times we are not authentic.
Or empowered.
We're living through our wounds. We're living through, worried about the outside reflection versus
In true alignment.
being aligned with who you truly are when you incarnated and around that growth. So I really love this topic, and I love sharing it, because when you ask a person, or someone will have a session, they want to know their purpose, and it's around their career, or it's around having children, or this identity. And when I begin to share with them, it's really about what you're here to learn
As a soul.
Yeah. Soul level, and what those choices have been to come down here. And I have found when people lean into this that their lives transform. There's so much less fear. They trust. They can go through life's ups and downs without this panic feeling. And I've seen it. I've seen it on so many levels where people go, I'm not living in that fear. I'm not worried about making the wrong decision. I'm not worried about what other people think. I'm not worried about A, B, and C.
There is a freedom
It's a
to
freedom.
understanding sacred contracts, soul contracts. There's a freedom that I found. There's a freedom in that understanding.
And maybe part of enlightenment is the freedom of the soul. Because I think a lot of decisions that people make, and it's not around their intuition, it's not about, being guided, it's about fear of what will happen, the other shoe will drop, what people will think and say, and, the negativity, the making decisions all based on fear. And enlightenment is not being on fear. None of it's about fear. So if you're leaning into fear on making your decisions, then it's your ego.
Yeah.
And that's looking at the difference, getting out of that ego and into your divine connection.